It's like when you picture the plagues in Egypt. They are swarmed onto a tree. And like, I don't know if I told you, but when I walked into Target one day, they swarmed out of a tree. I walked by and like were all over me when I walked in the store, and I was having to like hit them off.
No way.
Well, then they just, yes. And then when they die, they just drop dead. Hi.
Hello. Welcome back to our podcast. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Kären. And we just sit down and honestly kind of talk about whatever we want to. If you guys have read the most recent Hunger Games book, that book is insane. I'm like not very far in because...
Are you liking it though or not so much?
Yes, but it is funny. So President Snow is a child.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got past like the stuff that I sent you where the throat slitting and then snakes and then some other stuff. And there's like this moment where Snow, he's a child, and he's like, so-and-so said the capital is to protect us. But it's like we're living in our own Hunger Games in the capital and having to distinguish what is right and what is wrong in a world where they're not truly identified. Do you know what I mean? And so I found it's very interesting because you almost start to have sympathy for the man that Snow becomes.
Okay.
Because he also is just trying to survive, right? Like he's just trying to outlive the other guys too.
Yeah.
And they are playing a much larger Hunger Games. And, but there's shit in this book that I'm like, this is what some governments are using as tactics against other people.
Yeah.
And one of them is like intentional starvation, and that is just like shocking to me. I watched a video by an American doctor who was in Gaza. They're like rotating in and out. He was rotating in, and as he was leaving, actually, so he was rotating out, he said, "We're literally watching people starve to death."
Yeah.
Like infants. Like, can't feed an infant anything but formula. So, he got a list of the doctors that were coming in next. And he said, "Can you please bring baby formula with you? Because that's what we're here to do, right?
Yeah.
Is help the sick." When they would fly in, they had to go through the Israeli airport, and any food items they had, including baby formula, were confiscated and could not come into Gaza. The doctors, like they could bring some medicines, I think, but no formula, nothing that could be of nutritional value.
Wow.
To even babies. And that to me, he's like, what level of control is that? What good does that do for you at all?
Yeah.
Like, why is it so bad for the babies to eat? The babies have no fight in this. And he was like,
awful.
And I think there were some Jewish doctors too that were even talking about it, like how much they were struggling because they had this picture of how they thought they were fighting this war and it's not being fought that way. And yeah, I just, it's all a mess. And it's so hard because we don't know what's true and what's not. But what I do see from the people in Gaza that are trying to share their story, a lot of it's getting banned. A lot of it's getting shadow banned. And I honestly don't even understand, like, Candace said something, and I've never heard it put this way, but I do see how it could seem this way for Christians. But let me just remind you, if you don't know Jesus or you don't know God, Ezekiel says that God will bring the bones back to life, that the bones in graveyards will come back to life. So in theory, some people believe that unless the Jewish people contain Israel, God can't come back. Like the Jewish people have to be in the heartland.
Okay.
The God that can raise the dead needs
Yeah.
a certain group of people to be in control. I don't
Right.
believe that. I don't believe that. I don't
Yeah.
believe anything that any human or any group of people does affects God's ability in any way. And I don't
I
necessarily
agree.
believe like that's what my family believes or any
Yeah.
group of people believes that. But if that is what is like causing some people to be Zionist, not Zionist, I don't know. That's
Yeah.
insane to me because we should not ever support one person or group of people simply because of what they are genetically. Like it goes so far against what I believe
Yeah.
when people are like it's Israel that I'm like
Okay.
my brain stops computing because I just want to be like okay, well and what does that mean for me? What does that mean for anybody? That doesn't
Yeah.
mean shit.
Right.
And I know, like, I don't have the theology knowledge and whatnot. So, well,
Yeah.
again, don't come here for the facts. But it just, I don't know. That's the biggest thing that like drives me crazy about it all. And Candace talks a lot this past week in, and not even just Candace, but one of the guys from is the videos I sent you by that conspiracy theory guy,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and he's reacting to one of the people from Turning Point talk about Charlie's views. And that
Yes.
guy says, Charlie wasn't against Israel. Charlie was pro Israel. He's always been pro Israel. His confusion, and I think the whole waking up thing to Zionism is why can't we scrutinize or call into question the actions of a government that is so far removed from our own? But we can question Trump all day long. No one's sending us
Yeah.
to jail.
Yeah. So was this weekend your all-time low concert? Is that where you were at?
That was last night. Yeah.
Because you sent me a picture and I was like, where are you?
Oh yeah, so that was super funny. So Dave is a personal trainer on the west side of Cincinnati, and
Mm-hmm.
he was my first trainer I ever worked with. And it was so funny because I saw a shirt and I like made a joke about a shirt this guy had on. It was before we ever got into the venue. And then later on, I like saw the head attached to such shirt. I was like, I know him. And he looked at me and thought the same thing. He's like, I know her. And
That's
it was
funny.
weird because he normally has glasses on and he's normally like in workout clothes.
Right.
But yeah, it was great to see him. And it was so funny. I was like, we have to take a selfie and send it to my parents. And my parents were like, that's so cool. But him and I have always bonded over music. And it is funny though,
Yeah.
because I was there for Mayday Parade and All Time Low.
Yeah.
He was there for the opening bands, like knew
Oh,
the people. And then literally once the two opening, bless you,
thank you.
bands were done, he left.
What?
He's like, I gotta go get my kid, and I don't really care for
Oh, yeah.
Mayday and All Time Low. I'm like, you paid $100 to get in to see two local bands? Whew, that's a lot, sir.
So it was Mayday Parade and All Time Low together?
So it was All Time Low, and then Mayday Parade ended up joining their. I think Mayday Parade wrapped up their tour just in time for this All Time Low tour to start. So, but yeah, it's All Time Low's new title album. So they have a new album out called
Right.
Everyone's Talking, and it's that album.
I remember you
Yeah.
sent it to me. I haven't listened to the whole thing. Eventually I'll get there. I'm really slow to listen to new music.
Yeah. Oh, same.
It's really hard
I
for
will
me, but
we did ask Ricky because I was like, okay, so you were in Hawthorne
okay.
Heights, and he was like,
Yes.
yes. And I said, and Gloria was really intrigued as to know, like, I told her you weren't with them when they recorded. He goes, well, Hawthorne Heights was under two different names before they became Hawthorne Heights. And he
Okay.
did record with them under their very first name. And he goes, oh, we
Okay.
were on the radio and we like, Sean goes, oh yeah, we used to stay up because we knew it was going to play at some point in this one radio DJ's
Oh,
like set. He said, so we used to stay up and wait for his songs to come on the radio. Um,
that's so
but
cool.
yeah, so he did record with them before they were them. And yeah,
That is so
I don't
cool.
know.
What a cool experience. So, why did he end up not being in the band?
I don't know. He was probably like, yeah, this isn't my long-term thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think you have to have a different level of like, this is really what I want to do forever type
Oh,
situation.
for sure.
And you have to embrace that because you think anytime you meet someone or anything and they're like, what do you do? You're like, I'm a musician.
Yeah. What a cool thing to be, though.
Yeah. The guy I took piano lessons from, he is touring Germany and Austria right now in a band playing bass.
Fun.
Yeah. He was like, tell me about it because one of my friend's kids goes to him for lessons. And so
Oh,
we all
really?
ran into each other. Well,
Oh
they
my
all go
gosh.
to the same music school. I know. My youngest, and her changing her piano night to one night over the other, we run into
Yeah.
different people.
Right.
And so they were talking about his trip, and I was like, oh, where are you going? And then he was like, yeah. I was like, that's so cool. Couldn't be
Yeah,
me,
that's
though.
fun. No, I'm too
Yeah.
tired. I'm so exhausted. I'm tired thinking about him going
Uh,
on this tour.
Literally. Oh, my tour. Like, I said that the other day, and people were like, oh, you went on tour? Oh, last night, Ricky was like, you went on a tour? And I was like, dude, I already knew you. We knew each other when I went.
Oh
Um,
my
but no,
god.
even when I think about that, I'm just oh, we just lived tired for 6 months,
Yeah.
7 months. I
Yeah.
remember there was a point where you all get sick at some point, right? So we all had like this
Mhm.
cold or something. I don't know what church we were at, but they had a couch in their women's restroom.
Oh,
Well, I told you I like drank a whole bottle of NyQuil and then like laid on the couch and slept all day.
wow.
I didn't really drink a whole bottle of NyQuil, but I
Yeah.
drank enough that I needed to sleep, okay? And that was kind of like all week or it was like 2 week period we were in and out of different churches and we would all just literally like lay down in the sanctuary and sleep, but this church just happened to
Wow.
have a nice couch in the women's restroom. I was like, I'm passing out.
I don't know if I could ever go on tour for anything. It doesn't sound fun. Like it does and it doesn't.
Not I think it could be a lot of fun. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of fun with 21 children from another
And
country. Kids break bones, y'all. Kids start periods. Kids decide they like spaghetti one day and not the other. And
yeah,
when you have 21 of them, it's hard to plan for what your week is going to look like week to week
for sure.
and make like I will never forget there was one tour date stop. Like I don't know what happened. Our
Mhm.
our calendars got jumbled up. So we got to a church and we were like, "Okay, we're here for 4 days." And they were like, "No, you're only here for 3."
Oh.
So we like looked at everything, contacted my home base contact, and we were like, "No, we're here for 4." And so they were like, "Well, the fourth night you guys can stay in the church." And we were like, "Okay." The third day,
Yeah.
we're at the church and we're all sitting there. I'm looking at my calendar and nothing's on it. I get a phone call and it goes to voicemail because kids are in school and we're doing things to get ready for our next move and stuff. And this like school from like 2 hours away calls and says, hey, so we're like here and we're like waiting on you. And I was just wondering when you were going to get here. I was like, where the hell is this? I've not heard of this. It's not on my calendar. Sure enough, we were supposed to be there, but we didn't have we've never packed our trailers and our vans so fast and got to that school late, but we
Wow.
got there, did a little performance, and then they had host homes for us, I think. So yeah, we didn't end up having to use the church for a fourth night, but it was like there's so much that could go wrong on a tour, and
Yeah.
you just have to pretend that it's not.
Yeah. Oh man, I feel like death today. I feel like
Dude, same.
absolute
After this, I'm just gonna
death.
go back
I
to the couch. Yeah, so the concert
have
was fun
laundry to
though.
do.
I did a shit ton of laundry this week, so I don't have a ton to do, but
Yeah.
I guess there's always laundry to do.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this is the first year I like joke about my birthday because my first 5 or 6 or 7 birthdays were I look at pictures, I'm like, who are all these kids? My parents are like foster kids.
Oh,
And
really?
like, yeah, like I didn't know them or they weren't really my friends. And then
That's
even in
funny.
like I remember moving to Colorado at like 10 or 11 and having my first birthday and inviting my neighbors and like not
Yeah.
really knowing anybody. And I remember having conversations at the birthday of like not connecting with these people. And then when we moved to
Oh.
California, I had a big birthday party right after I moved there. And I remember being in my room. Do you remember Ashley Saunders?
Hmm.
She had a
I
She
think
had two
so.
cousins named Shayna and Heather, but they were
Saunders
older.
Saunders sounds like very familiar.
Yeah, her mom was the secretary when we first moved there. But, anyways, her cousins and we invited like 14 people. And at the end of the night, it was literally just these two cousins and me in a room. And I was like, I don't know any of these people. And I feel strange.
Yeah, that is
And so that's
weird.
kind of how my birthdays have always been. And it's funny, it didn't work in Ohio super well. I remember my
Hmm.
sister like invited people that I went to school with to my birthday, and we set up tables and everything, and then literally nobody came to my birthday. And so
Oh
I
my
always just don't
gosh.
oh yeah. I never anticipate, but this I was like this year more people have come to my birthday um than most. One year we had a thing, was that at Sean's house? At Sean's house, like when we were dating.
Yeah.
And that was also weird because I was like, these aren't my friends, these are your friends, and
Yeah.
they don't really like me.
Oh,
Um, oh yeah, you
did they
didn't know
really
that?
not like you, or was it in your
Oh, they
head?
still don't like, no, they still don't like
Really?
me. Hmm.
What for?
The
Shady.
wives, they're his friends like me. I don't think his
Mm,
friends give two shits, honestly, but their
yeah.
wives never liked me. So it always became like,
Interesting.
yeah,
What a damn
yeah, I
week.
almost uninvited people to my wedding,
Oh,
but I didn't. I know. That's weird too to think about when there's like people in your wedding photos that,
you don't talk to
or like in
anymore?
the photos of or they're in prison. I actually saw that. I'm on a Facebook group where people like post like, "Hey, can you Photoshop this picture?" And someone had to
Yes.
ask recently for the best man to be Photoshopped out because he was in prison for crimes against children.
Oh, shit.
I was like, oh, that's just we go dark.
That's deep.
No one sees our wedding photos for the rest of our lives.
Nah, you just gotta get it
This is
removed.
why
That's smart.
this is why you just don't have a wedding party. And then worst
Yeah.
case, it turns out to be your spouse and you do just go dark and not like you don't need wedding photos without the person, right? So it's like
Yeah.
literally if you just don't have a wedding party, you have nobody to crop out later.
True. That's true.
Yeah. Good news. My Minis, I'm starting to book
Mm-hmm.
some. So, so they're not gonna be
Good.
like totally empty. Yeah, I'm
That's
booked for next weekend.
exciting.
I have two. Yeah.
Remember I told you I wasn't gonna get to go to like the actual SEMA show?
Yes. Yeah.
So I ended up getting to go on Friday. So I drove up on Thursday early. I got there about 12 45 or something. But funny story, I'm driving to my what I think is my hotel. I'm like getting on this other road and like starting to realize that I'm driving so far away from the strip and like getting in, I can't even see the strip anymore. And I'm like, I don't remember my hotel being so far away from the strip. Like when I looked at it on the maps, it was pretty close. So I'm
Yeah.
like, okay, I drive
Oh no.
like 30 minutes.
You're like me. You're like, as long as it's telling me where I'm gonna go, I'm not gonna question it, okay? It might
Right.
beat me.
So I drove 30
It's
minutes out. My hotel was called Grand View Hotel of Las Vegas or something.
okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
when I opened maps, I put Grand View, but I didn't put
Oh
hotel.
no.
And
Oh no.
apparently, 30 minutes away from the strip, there's an actual gated community called Grandview. So it took me to this gate, and I'm like, hmm, this is really weird. I don't think I'm in the
I'm
right
too
spot.
Mexican for this. Yeah.
Like, and I'm talking like fancy. This is fancy.
Oh no.
So then I'm like, oh no, I did it. I did it, didn't I? So I pull over and I look up the hotel and I'm like, wow, I have to backtrack 30 minutes. Not gonna lie, I was so annoyed at myself because by that time I had already been driving 3 hours. I just wanted to get out of the car.
Yeah. And pee and have coffee
Yes.
and
Food.
shower, maybe you just something. Stretch my
So,
legs, watch TV.
yeah. So I got to the hotel finally. And then in the hotel parking lot, because I could not check in until 4. So in the hotel parking lot, I looked up a movie theater to watch my movie at. The movie didn't start till 3:50. It was like 1 something. So I went to Barnes and Noble and I went and got a boba tea. And then by the time I was done, I went to the theater. The theater was inside of a casino, which I thought was very fun. And it was right next door to the hotel that I was staying at.
That's super fun.
So I was like, this is so fun. So I got to watch a movie. And then I went to go pick up my husband from his Airbnb that he was staying at because he had been there since Monday, which
Right.
I don't ever want to do that again. It was horrible. I was
Oh,
sad
like
all
days without
week.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first time he's ever been gone for that many days.
Oh my goodness.
And he's never stayed away from me for a night since we met. I'm the one that's always going to a concert, see you later. It's never him. So this time it was him. And it was
Yeah.
like, I was like, I hate this, honestly. I hate it so much.
Liter I hate it every time, but
Yeah. So I went to pick him up and then we went back to the hotel and we went to go get seafood, which I love a good seafood boil. Oh, it
mhm.
was so good. So good. But then he was like, hey, I have a pass for you because somebody
Yay.
had like left early and his boss was like, "Hey, here's a pass." So
Mhm.
I got to go and it was the funnest time of my life.
That's
I
so
really
cool.
I
No, we
really didn't think I was going to have a good time either.
Oh, yes. That's always been mine and Sean's dream is like to go to those big auctions together because yeah, you
Yeah.
they have the coolest stuff and we've always watched
Mhm.
them. Like there's one in Vegas we actually watch every year and it's like I just want to be there.
This one isn't it's not a auction.
Right.
It's just a show and it's industry based. So for the first 4 days, public is not even allowed in
Mhm.
there. There's
Right, which is
whole rooms there that if you're not a part of the industry, you're not allowed in there. So they're like
wow.
constantly looking at your passes, and I had an industry pass because my husband's boss like and him like they were there for
Right.
the industry.
Yeah.
So I got to be Nina on Friday. Like everybody we met was like, "Nina, hey Nina." And I'm like, and they're like talking to me like I'm somebody
Oh,
because they
no.
think I'm part of the industry. So that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Did they ask you any crazy questions? You were like,
They were like, "What do you do for the
"Nope."
business?" And I'm like, "What? I don't I'm just here. I'm
You're
just
like, "I
here."
filed the paperwork."
Right. My husband's job, he works for a nonprofit organization called the Los
Mhm.
Angeles Career Center. And it's a trade school. It's a 12-week vocational program. Kids get paid. They have to be 18 and 24
That's
years
so
old.
cool.
And they apply for this program, get accepted, start the process, whatever. But this is the first year that they've ever taken a car to SEMA.
Yeah.
And they took not just one, they took three.
That's so cool.
Um, it was so cool to see all the hard work of not just the teachers, but the students have put in so much work on these vehicles too,
Yeah.
which I we were talking about it on the way home. He was saying that they don't tell the students that these vehicles are going to be in anything
Right.
because he's like it takes the pressure off of everything, and if you don't have pressure,
Oh, yeah.
then you have a better chance of like learning
Oh,
because when
yeah.
you have the pressure, you're like it's too much.
You're too focused on the details
Yes,
being perfect to be
exactly.
presented that you're not focused enough on learning the material.
Yes. So I was like, that makes so much sense. So some of the students got to go to, and his boss was on panels talking about the school, and I'll insert pictures of the cars. They did a 1968 wide body Camaro that's like a drifter car. Oh my
Wow.
God. Beautiful.
I showed Sean that picture that you sent me of that car, and he goes, I can't even tell what body that is. I
Isn't
was
it
like,
crazy?
"Sh- yeah, it is."
It is the most beautiful car. So this was their first year. They got
Hmm.
into it's called the Toyo Tire Tread Pass, which
Hmm.
is like the highest thing you can be in there. It's very
Oh,
sought
that's
after.
awesome.
So like first
Yeah.
time at SEMA, they already have a car in the Tread Pass. So that was the Camaro, and
Hmm.
it gained so much traction. Instagram, everybody was talking about it. There were so many posts I seen that were like, "This is the best car in the Tread Pass." It was just so cool to see everybody
That is
freak out.
cool.
Yeah. And then they did a Chevy off-road vehicle that they made. This is the first off-road vehicle they've ever made. And they did this for Boot Barn and Hawks.
Oh, yeah.
It's like they're two companies. So it was like collab. And then they have a shit ton of sponsors for these vehicles. So that was really cool too. And then they did a K car. It's like a little it's that green car
Like
I
a
sent
kit.
you, that little truck.
Okay.
So they did that. That was a collab with Iwata, which they sell like paint gun, anything you need for painting. They also like
Yeah.
make paint colors. So like they
Oh,
made
that's
that
cool.
green paint color. And then all the detailing on that little K truck was Iwata. They took it and did all the detailing on it. So it was just really cool to see all that stuff. My husband did all the wiring for the Camaro and the Chevy truck too.
Awesome.
So I also got to ride in it. not the Camaro, but the
Oh,
Chevy truck. It was
that is
so
so cool.
fun. Yeah, after we we got a ride out of the convention center in that
Yeah,
truck, and it was super fun.
that's so fun. I'm jealous.
Dude, did I send you videos of the burnouts?
You might have when I tell you I have not opened my phone. Like
Okay.
I have not looked at anything you sent me because I was going to do it with Sean. I did
Smart.
take my phone, but it was just filming
Yeah.
and everyone behind me was laughing. They're like, "Wow, we can't wait to watch those videos later, Corin, of you jumping up and down and it just being like
I love that.
they did their entire set. Then they came out for the encore.
Hmm.
They did 3 songs. Still hadn't done Dear Maria. And you can tell the audience, we're all just looking at each other and we're like, they're
Waiting.
not doing
I
it. And
love
they're
that.
starting to say bye and they're thanking the
Mhm.
openers. And I just keep turning and looking at Sean. Sean's like, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're
Yeah,
gonna do it. They did. But it was the very last song. But
I
yeah.
love that. Um, the burnouts were my favorite
Oh,
part of the whole time.
that's
They
awesome.
it's so crazy how you can feel an engine of a car like in your body.
Yes.
So that was like so fun. And I didn't know that when you go to a burnout show,
Hmm.
your whole body and face is just it has like black dust all over it from the tires. So I had like lines of black all over my face after and I was like, this is not a
Mm.
good look, guys. But yeah, it was
Yeah. Do
so
you?
fun and being away from my kids for just a night was so fun. And also me and my husband never ever get to go anywhere by ourselves. So that was a treat. It was so
Yeah.
fun.
You guys deserve it.
Now, I was like, we should probably go away together more because I feel like I
Yeah.
like you so much more now.
Literally, getting out of the house without your kids is so
It's
good.
important. So important.
Just
So
to
yeah.
not we learned something different about or something new about Sean last night. So my dinner table is very stressful for me because
Like at the
I
house?
somehow yes,
Okay.
because my kids eat like somebody is holding their nose shut.
Okay.
And it is the loudest experience I have ever been a part of. And I just felt like as a kid, I wasn't allowed to make those kind of noises at the dinner table. It was like, chew with your mouth closed and breathe, please. What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Yeah.
And so every night at dinner, I like look at Sean across the table and I'm like, someday
It,
they won't do this anymore, right?
listen, just put some
So,
music on and then you'll be fine.
well, we're standing there getting ready, like in the audience for the concert last night. And Sean's
Oh.
brother says, dude, you were the noisiest eater when you were
Ah,
a kid that mom and dad actually took you to the doctor. And that's why you got your tonsils and adenoids out because they were so annoyed at how loud you were as an eater that they were like, there
really?
has to be a fit. There has to be a fix. Sean goes, I have never been told that my entire life. I was like, man, it makes our table make so much more sense though. Cause I'm like, where did they get this?
And it's both your kids?
Both of them.
Wow.
So loud. So
Those
loud.
those genes are strong with Sean, huh?
Like, y'all, I would have been spanked if I made the noises y'all make at the dinner table.
So funny.
It's
Oh
like,
my
seen, not
lord.
heard, please.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, back in the day it definitely was that. For sure.
Yeah. I'm looking at, there's this beetle on our window right now. We have these beetles. I don't know where the hell they came from, but I opened my
Yeah.
front door the other day and they were literally like dropping. And I was then like, oh my gosh. And I was on the phone with Sean. So then I was like having to like push these beetles outside. Got them all outside. I'm literally doing my makeup yesterday and I opened the drawer in my bathroom and they're inside my drawer. And I was like, I'm done. Where are these beetles coming from? What are
Oh
they?
my
I've never seen them before.
gosh.
This is our second, cold season in this house. I've never seen these beetles before. They're not roaches. They are a beetle. Like I don't even
Yeah.
know. They're like the beetle you see out in the woods and you're like, oh, I've never seen that beetle before.
Right.
They look interesting. It's like that. And I'm like, what? There's these things are everywhere and they're on our windows, on
Are
every
they
level of the
big?
house. I'm like, they're like this big. Like they're
Ugh.
skinny though. I don't know how to explain it. I'll send you a
You'll have to,
picture of the
I was
one
gonna
and
say, please send me a picture.
they're driving me crazy because I'm like, how did you get in my bathroom drawer? Where did you come from?
Maybe there's like an overabundance of them right now.
Maybe
Because
they
that
need to
happens with
die.
bugs sometimes. Remember a while back, there was like, I can't remember if it was like grasshoppers or crickets somewhere.
Yeah,
That,
and wasps, right? Like there's do you remember the
well,
killer wasps?
yes, I ain't never seen them, but I heard about them.
Talk
But
about a
it's
panic
wild.
attack. That's
I don't, it should be illegal to have that many bugs in the world.
yeah. It's like,
Get them out of here.
well, we have the cicadas. The cicadas this year were so bad. People from the west side of Cincinnati would come to our house and they would get out of the car and they'd say, "You have cicadas." And I'm like, "You don't?"
Yeah. How
What do you mean
weird.
you can't hear this screaming all the time? Like literally sounds like it's screaming is outside
That's
all the
so
time.
weird.
Yeah, but they come every year, but they go in 17-year cycles. So like we shouldn't have them that bad again for 17 years. That's probably not going to happen, but we should have a couple years of not having them that bad.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, they all come. They when I tell you like you walk up to a tree and they are swarmed on the tree. It's like when you picture the plagues in Egypt. They are
Yes.
swarmed onto a tree. And like
Yes.
I don't know if I told you, but when I walked into Target one day, they swarmed out of a tree I walked by and like were all over me when I walked in the store and I was having to like hit them off.
No
Well, then they
way.
just yes. And then when they die, they just drop dead. So
What?
then you just find these dead bugs everywhere for months. Or like, so either they dig deep and lay eggs and whatever, or they just die and they just dropped and there's dead cicadas everywhere for months. It's disgusting. Yeah, one day I
So,
was walking into Target. This happened actually. I went to Target like 3 times this week, not
yeah.
this week, but this given week,
Yeah.
and you would just the trail of dead cicadas as you walked into Target because they would fly in on people or
Oh
around
my
people, and
gosh.
then people would hit them off. Or one time I was standing in an aisle, and all of a sudden the woman like at the end of the aisle started screaming bloody murder,
Uh-huh.
and I looked over and there was like cicadas around. It's insane. It's
That is so funny.
yeah.
I'm gonna go do laundry
Alrighty.
and I have a massive headache. I think I need to
Me
take
too.
something.
And I already took something, so I'm gonna wait for that to kick in. But I'm also going to
Yeah.
find me a heating pad. My cramps have not
Yeah.
been this bad in a long time. They're so bad.
Well, sorry if our energy was down. We both feel like death. So, hope you
Mhm.
enjoyed this episode, and we will see everybody next week on Friday.
Yep. And don't forget to like, comment, share. Share a different episode. This episode might be too boring.
No, share this episode
But
so people know about Lost Angels. Spread it around.
yeah, do that. Everyone have a good week and we love you and appreciate you listening. And bye.